I got a few things I want to show everybody here. The first thing I want to show everybody is an article that I came across when I was doing research on real world tokenization of assets. And then I want to go into some stuff that I found out about the XRPL as far as like trading bots and what the future really looks like when it comes to DeFi and trading and, you know, managing your portfolio. But let's see here. Give me 1 second here. Let me share my screen. This XRPL and the projects that are on it. So there was a video that was released that took place in Apex. And hold on 1 second here. So it basically on stage were XRP Cafe, XP Market. XP Market is like the coin market cap, but for the XRPL. And then this Humming bot. But what I'm gonna highlight right now is just the Humming bot project, because this Humming bot project is going to change the way we look at DeFi in the future. Like right now in DeFi, everything is, you know, pretty much manual. You know what I mean? If you get out of range, you got to go in, put yourself back in range. There's a lot of stuff a lot of revolving levers that you have to pay attention to when it comes to DeFi, right? But through Humming bot, boy, is that going to change the game. So let me just share my screen here again. In this video, and just continue to show this guy, Michael Fain. It's not this guy, but hold on. It's you'll see.
Can I ask a question real quick while you try to find that, bro? Is it so change the game in a sense of, you mean like make setting ranges and managing positions and rebalancing portfolios to some degree a lot more user friendly instead of so manual like you're mentioning? Because I agree, right? There's not a lot of platforms. Granted, there are some platforms like Crystal or like VFAT that allow you to incorporate some rebalancing mechanisms and algos into your portfolio, so it automatically does it. But not a lot of people know about it. You know, like if you go look at the VFAT Twitter profile or just go look at who's in their Discord, it ain't 500 million active crypto users. You know?
Yeah, hell no.
So
very small percentage of people who know this information. But yeah, I mean, well, let's dive in though. It'll explain more. I was going to elaborate more once we get this going here. So hold on a second.
Michael.
I'm Mike. I'm one of the co-founders of HummingBot, an open source project that helps people build automated trading bots. So the problem we solve is that for a lot of small token issuers, they don't want to hire an expensive trading firm to do market making. So they can just download our software for free and use that. And for a lot of people who are trying to start a new trading firm or a new market making business, well, for them, they don't want to hire lots of engineers. So they can also just use HummingBot. And we're really proud to announce that we're finally integrated into XRPL Ledger in our next release. So I think now for the first time, anyone can kind of be a market maker on XRPL, and any token project can kind of rely on themselves instead of having to hire lots of things.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. So all right. So let me fast forward here to the 7-minute mark. So basically, they're problem solving to where you don't have to hire an expensive firm to manage your portfolio. Like this software has the algorithms and the technology built into it, so you pretty much program it to do what you want it to do, and it has strategy in it too. So hold on, let me get to the next part here. So hold on.
How do you handle this?
Well, I think I spent a lot of time in finance, and I've learned that to have a healthy financial market, you need to have both the retail traders, but also the professional liquidity providers, because a lot of part of the trading experience is like liquidity. Be able to have very low slippage and be able to transact in size. So to do that, you need to empower the liquidity providers in every ecosystem. And I think if you look at XRPL right now, there isn't a lot of liquidity because of the lack of liquidity providers. HummingBot is a tool for liquidity providers. And in the past, I'm a bit apologetic to say that it was a kind of a janky command line tool. But our next release, which is HummingBot 2.0, we finally added an application layer on top of it called Dashboard, where you can now back test your strategies. You can configure them. You can launch like lots of bots at the same time and manage them. So finally, for liquidity providers, the UX is so much better. And I think it will catalyze more adoption of HummingBot, especially on XRPL.
Yeah, that's
bro. Hold on. Let's break, because hold on, bro. Damn, I love it when you post. I love it when the CYPRX research team finds gems like this. So do you remember like 5 or 6 lives ago, when we really started doing these lives every Friday heavy, what were we telling people was one of the main reasons why the digital asset XRP is not some significant price like all of these bullish moon boys are projecting it out to be? It's because the XRPL lacks liquidity. It's
Straight up.
what this dude just said. And we told people this back before Ripple started posting heavy about institutional DeFi. We were telling people, just go look at DeFi Llama and look at how much TVL is locked right now on the XRPL. It is nothing. It's peanuts. Like if you took the TVL that's locked on the Ethereum network and put that on the XRPL, yo, XRP price would freaking pop.
Yeah, facts.
Pop. And that is 110% coming. The second thing that I want to pick up on the video that you just put down is a lot of skepticism amongst crypto participants on Twitter and on YouTube. Individuals always yapping out of their mouth out of ignorance that say, oh, they don't need retail, and why would they let retail get rich, and the markets don't need retail. This dude that has way more credentials than you just told you that this market and financial markets in general need both retail and institutions to provide liquidity. And now we're jumping into this new space, right? The Web3 ecosystem, where you, as a retail trader, which you were just told by this individual, are one of the main aspects of financial markets, right? So you're going to be a main aspect of this new Web3 ecosystem. We now have the opportunity, just like financial institutions had the opportunity before, to be the liquidity providers with a very small amount of money. You can take $5, $10, $100. You can even take $1, split it in half into 50 cents. Take 50 cents and 50 cents and go provide it in a liquidity pool and start earning 300% plus APR on that right now.
Literally.
On your cell phone, straight up on your cell phone. And it's crazy. People aren't even like, man, like I'd say 90% of crypto right now has no idea about DeFi.
Dude, and this video is going to get better and better as I go on right now, because I have more to share. But that's the difference between people who hold Ethereum and people who are in the XRP army. Ethereum holders are educated on DeFi, because when you look at DeFi Llama and you look at how much sits on Ethereum, well, who's deploying those digital assets of Ethereum to sit on Ethereum? It's got to be these Ethereum holders. So, and these three gentlemen are actually going to speak on that later on right now when I show more of this video. But it's a lack of being educated. People who just don't want to get in because they just count themselves out. I don't think I'm going to understand it. But this Hummingbot technology takes that all away. So it's like, look, you don't need to understand this. If you see that, you're earning certain amount and your margins are a certain amount, everything is golden. Hummingbot is going to be able to do everything for you. I mean, that's how I'm looking at it right now. I look at my portfolio every single day, all the time, right? But I feel like with this type of technology, man, and when you get more and more comfortable with it, it's going to just be doing the work for us. But this will only be for those who know, those who are educated. So yeah.
Can I capitalize on one thing you just said before you play the next video clip? Is individuals not needing to understand it to get involved. I think that one thing that is stalling adoption of not only DeFi, but of the growth of this ecosystem and DeFi ecosystems as a whole is how complex they are to a certain degree. For individuals that are educated on it, it's not complex. Like I could go right now on any DEX and enter a pool by understanding what wallet to use, what the native digital asset is, what token I need for gas fees to integrate to make swaps and trades on the DEX, and so on and so forth. That I know, but that's because I'm educated on it. If I asked my aunt to do it, right, who has no intellectual inclination on cryptocurrencies or how to get involved or how to use a wallet or whatever, she's going to have a hard time. But this platform, what you're attempting it to make it seem like, and what I think is something that needs to happen is an easy user experience, an easier user experience in the DeFi ecosystem. And when applications like these ones that you're talking about, or projects like these ones come about and make this system easier for every average day individual, even individuals in the XRP community, like you said, who don't even still to this day know that they can take their digital asset and go earn yield on it. This and many other applications that are set to come are going to be the transition from a level of ignorance in the crypto space to a level of enlightenment, because right now these applications, to some degree, some of them do, but most of them don't, are still in their infancy stage, are about to come into fruition. And we, as a crypto collective whole, I'll get into this in my segment, especially as XRP holders, XLM holders, XDC holders, have never experienced a bull market cycle where we've had a DeFi ecosystem backing some of the exponential growth that is about to happen on these projects, right? Like Mr. Aqua said, the XRP community for the past, since pretty much literally since the inception of the court case, the Ripple court case, has not had a solid DeFi system where we could have been earning yield the entire time on our XRP. Ethereum holders have 110% had that. And so they're used to it. If you go talk to an Ethereum holder or somebody that's like an Ethereum maxi about DeFi, they'll be able to have a fluent conversation. I'd say that about 80% now, after we started the movement of waking people up to the XRPL and the AMMs and so on and so forth, which I can for a fact stamp that we did. I know for a fact we started a movement, because we were telling people when everybody went to XRP Las Vegas, when David Schwartz, for the first time on stage, announced, right, that you can go and earn yield. He literally said at XRP Las Vegas, you can earn yield on your XRP. Everybody at XRP Las Vegas, if I was at XRP Las Vegas, I would have raised my hand and asked, hello, David, hold on, David, whoa, back that up. Did you just tell all of us right now that we can earn yield? And not nobody in the whole room said nothing about what David Schwartz said.
What an automated market maker does is it makes a return. It generates revenue from various different mechanisms, including the spreads on its trades. And if you lend it your XRP or your USD or both, then you own a sort of share in the automated market maker, and you benefit from the trades that automated market maker makes. And
so I know for a fact we started waking people up first, because we told people like, yo, look, back up what David Schwartz just said. Hold on, you know? Facts. So, and we also, just as another example, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, we got into the magnetic DEX when there was only, 230 active users providing liquidity on the platform. Now, if you go look, there's over 1,000.
Literally, bro. Literally. They literally just started the farming too. We were some of the first farmers. They didn't always have farming on that platform. So it started off just as liquidity pools, you know? So yeah, I mean, and this XRP Ledger, guys, this XRP Ledger Apex 2024 is the same function that David Schwartz, Brad Garlinghouse, everybody spoke at this event. So, but hold on, this stuff, it gets better right now. So hold on, let me play this next segment here. Hold on. It gets way better. This part, actually, he's going to talk about how it really works. He's going to break down like a little bit of the intricacies of it. So tap in.
Good. I think I'm going to jump over to Michael. I want to know, at what point, what are you thinking about when you design this trading bot? You know, how do they actually work? Because maybe there's a lot of people in this room who've never used a bot.
Yeah, so the first thing I want to clear up is there's two types of trading bots. There's closed source and there's open source. So closed source is like Telegram bots like Unibot and Maestro, or platforms like 3 Commas, or when you run a bot on Binance or OKX. I think those are fine, but they don't offer you the same level of control that you want as a developer. So most developers use open source bot frameworks, and Hummingbot is probably one of the leading ones in this space. And so for the open source guys, we look at bots as a program, something that loops over every tick and then executes a set of logic based on market conditions. So for example, if you're a market making bot, you don't want to just set your spreads out there and kind of let them hang out there. Ideally, you want to use market data to assess what the volatility is in every second, and automatically spreads widen when the market's volatile, and they narrow when the market's less volatile. So to do that, you basically need some type of engine, unless you don't want to build it all yourself. So over the past 5 years, Hummingbot's really a framework. We standardize integrations to different exchanges, both centralized and decentralized. So you can write the same strategy logic, and that code will run the same way on every single exchange. So we have a community building connectors, but we also have a community building strategies. So our framework has kind of like defined frameworks for different types of strategies, like arbitrage, market making, and directional. And so people can adopt the common templates and then customize their own strategies on top of that, and then develop different configurations for them. And so we kind of see a world where in the future, people will share both the strategies the configurations, and then you also have people building integrations to lots of new exchanges. And so that's how we kind of see this community-based open source project being able to kind of eventually achieve the same kind of level of proficiency as the largest quant trading firms out there.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, hold
Yeah.
on. Okay. So I took down some notes. Okay.
All right.
Okay, bro, hold on. One of the things, and I guarantee this probably went over some listeners' heads, so we're gonna reverse this. Okay, again, shout out to the 760 people tapping into this right now. This is some good information, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you all for tapping in. Remember, every single Friday, myself, Mr. Aqua, Mr. Man's not with us today. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he is hiking in Canada somewhere. You know, so shout out to Mr. Man if you're listening today. But he said that they're building this to a logic based on market conditions to adjust positions and adjust portfolios and whatever it's enabling users to do based off of the change in logical market conditions, right? That's fundamentals. That's all of these political events that change the fluctuations of these digital assets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's one key thing that we focus on here at CYPRX. I want to share. I just actually went to the Discord and screenshotted this because as soon as he said logic based on market conditions, bro, what do we have our evening Zoom calls on, right? Where we talk about the market pullback. How were we able to call this most recent market pullback where we were taking some profit on XRP at 62 cents? It wasn't because we just randomly wanted to. It's because we saw the market conditions change where the dollar started to slightly increase in value and risk assets started to slightly pull back. So it's like, if this platform can do the same thing, which is what this guy seems like he's claiming it's going to do, that is monumental because that is how you trade these financial markets. It's not about some magic Fibonacci or some indicator or some price prediction. It is about the market mood, risk on, risk off. What are investors with more money, these algorithms, these liquidity providers, doing with their capital? And they are, for a fact, shifting around that capital in very large amounts based off of the market sentiment, right? So let me read you guys this this comment from one of the CYPRX community members because it really holds dear to my heart because it shows what we're really trying to convey and teach in the private community. So this individual, KT, he went on to say, I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know if I could zoom in, but
try to zoom in on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
right, that's good now, actually.
Yeah, it says, Cyprus, I've been in the markets for about 3 years and following multiple teachers for 4. I have consumed thousands of hours of material and listened to countless hours of gurus predicting the market. All that being said, I joined the group and purchased your class after a few years of listening to multiple gurus, but hearing you hit the mark time after time after time, while all others lag behind the move. They come to the table with lagging indicators and fail to see that it was fundamentals that moved the market that triggered price action and then registered on the indicators. You have proven time and time again that these markets move off of fundamentals and that technical analysis applies after fundamentals. Thank you for what you do. I'm here to stay, learn, and grow. That hit home because of what this dude just said in the video that you played, because they're building this project, this application off of exactly what we've been trying to convey to people is the thing that actually moves the markets.
Yes, bro. Yes. Yes, man. I mean, this stuff is Hummingbot is amazing to me, bro. And watch, there's more. Hold on, there's more. I'm almost done here, but there is more. It gets even better here with what he says here. Hold on 1 second here.
So, Michael, when you think about your programming of these bots, these many bots, these army of bots, can you share with us how Hummingbot has historically performed on that data as well?
Sure. Yeah. So one thing we don't track our users, because that's why they use it open source. So we actually don't know exactly how they all performed. However, we do capture aggregate level stats because some of the users choose to report, like how much aggregate volume anonymized they produce. So in the past year, based on our tracking, Hummingbot users have done about $27 billion of volume across 200 plus exchanges. And those are only the users who choose to report. There's probably other institutions out there who just turn it off because larger companies. But I think to me, actually, I want to give more advice in terms of like how do you actually start doing trading bots, because I think it's really important to understand what game you're playing. One game that a small player probably doesn't want to play is market making for, let's say, the BTC USDT pair on Binance. because that's probably the most liquid market in crypto, and you're really competing with Citadel and Wintermute and Jane Street. But there's other games you can play where, for instance, market making on new tokens on XRPL. There aren't many players there. The big guys just aren't there yet, and so.
Did you hear that? The big guys are
not there
yet. And what did David Schwartz say at the same Apex ledger? Get in before the major institutions do.
Major institutions do, bro.
Provide liquidity in a very illiquid market and take advantage of that, right? So first, pick your right game. And the second is have a thesis for how you're going to win even in that market. So it's kind of like, if you're market making, you're not just market making in general, you probably want to identify a specific token that you're excited about. And so it's like if it goes up, you profit, but then you also kind of benefit from providing liquidity during that range. So I think it's really understand to not like just blindly run bots, because that's how you lose money, but instead think of it as an iterative approach that eventually you can prove out a thesis.
Can't wait.
You profit from liquidity when you're in that range. So he's talking about concentrated liquidity pools.
Yeah. And it's so like, smart algorithm. It'll concentrate it when it's a good time to concentrate it because you're going to get more yield. And then when it starts getting more volatile, let's put it into wide range for you. So we still are collecting yield and we don't get out of range, right?
Auto rebalance features, bro. Wow. This is going to be game changing. I feel so you know what else I feel like a lot of people that talk bad about XRP, since we're on the topic, again, I'm not an XRP maxi. It's just one of the first digital assets that I bought, and I hold a very significant amount of it. So I talk about it, it's like one of the biggest portions of my portfolio. But I feel like a lot of people that talk bad about it are people that don't really understand what's happening via the developments outside of just the payments niche, right? Like the whole promise of XRP being utilized by the banking system as a bridge mechanism is debatable, right? I get it. Some people agree that it is going to be utilized and some people don't. But that's irrelevant if you're taking this into consideration only. DeFi, again, I'll get into this in my portion, but this ecosystem alone on the XRPL is about to scale the price of the digital asset XRP, because as more users come on to the XRPL and utilize the digital asset XRP, that's going to obviously, of course, just supply and demand dynamics. Okay, just you don't have to be an MIT professor to understand these things. Okay, it's not hard. And so take into consideration that the DeFi ecosystem, like you heard this gentleman say on the XRPL, is not there. David Schwartz, Mr. Aqua, played a video clip of this individual, which I believe the video on YouTube, literally when Mr. Aqua shared it, had like 60 views. David Schwartz said, get into this pretty much before the big boys come in, before the institutions come in. And this guy just confirmed that the big boys are not here yet.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think that people that talk bad about XRP understand what's about to happen, because they don't see what's happening behind the scenes, because they've been so manipulated to believe through YouTube influencers that XRP, the only niche capability that it has is to, be in the cross-border payment niche.
Yeah, that's just part of the equation, like, dude. All right, so let me just show this last part. It's like another 30-40 seconds, but what he says is so powerful. And then I just want to briefly show the Hummingbot website, show just one review, and then I'll hand it off back to you. But hold on, let me show you guys this. This is like, you guys hear us saying this all the time. Now hear it from an actual developer, engineer, has a project that sits on the XRPL, way more intelligent than I am, right, when it comes to that stuff. But hold on, let's hear what he has to say.
As someone who runs an open source project, I've always been amazed at the willingness of people to just contribute. From the very day we open source our stack, we had people who were like, "Hey, can I add an integration to this exchange? Can I add the strategy?" And that's really what's powered Hummingbot's growth over the past 5 years. So I think, to me, I feel like there's actually a lot that people can do out there just to like try stuff out. Someone launches a new project, someone launches a new DEX, just try it out and see how. If it works for you, if it actually helps you make money, great, use it. But also think about how you can contribute to that project. Go on the Discord, like look at the GitHub issues and see, where you can kind of add it. Because I think,
yeah. So like, getting involved is not just buying XRP, throwing it in your cold storage wallet, looking at the news. When is this SEC case going to come to an end? Like, yeah, that's part of it. But the other part is start diving into the XRPL, just like what he just said. If there's a new DEX, try it out. Take $1, split it into, 50 cents and 50 cents, and practice with some liquidity pools that way. I mean, even Orchestra Finance has a DevNet side to it where they'll give you fake XRP to go in there and swap and start learning liquidity pools. So,
thing, bro. Like, I think that a lot of the XRP community, they're stuck in this mindset because of media manipulation. And I really truly think that one of the main reasons, a lot of people think that the reason why these elite institutions don't want you involved in crypto is because of the price appreciation that's going to happen over the next couple of years. That's not even the biggest part of the spectrum. They don't want you involved in this because it's decentralized, and they know that the average person that has been not part of the banking system before, right, can now be a part of this new banking system with their mobile phone, and you can live in the slums of Africa and have the same connectability to the financial system that somebody in Beverly Hills, California does, and equally earn the same amount of yield. So it's not controlled by a central banking organization like Bank of America in the United States and some bank in Africa. Now, an individual in Africa with their mobile connection can go to the same XRPL DEX and earn the same amount of yield on their XRP that somebody in Beverly Hills, California can. And that is, I mean, it's evolutionary. It's if you can't fathom that, and so the people that have this mindset still, just like to full circle this conversation, we were talking about technological innovation, and there's going to be technological advancements that unfold over the next couple of years that, because people doubt them and because they're like naysayers and they just don't do enough research, they're not going to keep up with the people that do. I held an example. Okay. If you look at all the people at the beginning of this year that have not been a part of the XRPL DeFi ecosystem since it launched, pretty much really started to pick up pace in April of this year, okay? If you take all of those people that have not been involved in DeFi and you look at their XRP bags, I guarantee you 110% it is less than the people that for a fact got involved in the XRPL AMMs. I know somebody in the CYPRX community that increased their XRP bags over 50,000 XRP units this year because of DeFi. So they increased their XRP holdings over 50,000 units, right? So I know for a fact that the people that got involved in DeFi, because since the beginning of the year, when DeFi really started to elevate on the XRPL ecosystem, you can go look this up yourself. I believe the TVL, if I'm not mistaken, reached a certain significant port, like it reached over, what was it? What were the statistics, bro? I remember we were in the pools, the AMM pools, when we hit 500,000 TVL locked, when we hit 1 million TVL locked, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was well over. I mean, at one point, I think the TVL you're talking about XRP Mag, right?
Yeah, let me just look that up because I know the statistic. Give me a second. 10.
I think it was like 2.2 million, because at one point there was 4.4. And if that was probably hovering around 50 cents at the time. So you just cut that number in half. So I want to say just that pool alone had like 2.2 million. But remember, it was only in the 100,000s, though.
This article, recent, XRP's presence in the centralized market for the first time ever surpasses $10 million, right? So what am I trying to show to people? Everybody that called XRPL AMMs and DeFi and naysayed about it at the beginning of the year, look at where we're at now, and you can assume that those people have now less XRP than the people that did get involved, and that is a fact. So now take that into consideration moving forward. If you are an XRP holder, or let's just say any other digital asset holder, and you're just bag holding, expand your brain. Even if you're not going to, oh, dang, I'm not sharing my screen. Even if you're not going to involve yourself in this space by investing into it, just like in crypto, right? You don't have to buy a crypto to learn about it, okay? It's the same thing in DeFi. This is the statistic, by the way, statistic on Binance from June 25th, XRP presence in decentralized finance market surpasses 10 million. I remember when this was like, I think we got in, I don't know, what was it, like 1 million, 2 million? It was crazy.
Yeah, it was really
crazy
low.
watching this. So anyways, what I'm trying to convey is, again, I'm not trying to sit here and sell you guys on anything. Here in the CYPRX Well 28 community, you guys can go cyprxtrading.com, check us out. There's over 75 curated video breakdowns, right? And we're constantly uploading information to this. And you can see the growth. We've shared some of that on the Twitter publicly. There's individuals in the community that are earning $100 a day, $300 a day, right? And it is all through DeFi. Yes, there's risks. Yes, there's impermanent loss factors you have to take into consideration. Yes, obviously, of course, you have to be able to stomach market volatility, but that's already something that you've most likely done if you're a crypto investor. So why not educate yourself? Okay. If at any point in time you don't see our community valuable, you can cancel your subscription and there you go, $28, right? It's $28. And I guarantee you that once you join our community, once you tap in to the other like-minded individuals, you're going to want to stay because you're going to see that, again, the information like we're sharing here on today's video breakdown, it's the real stuff.
It really is.
This is not some joke. This is not some scheme, get rich quick scheme. Like all the bullish moon boys, previous cycles have been projecting out to you guys is going to happen, that most likely you still have the firm belief is going to happen to you.